called the ksuva, the irkisa. For example, somebody lost the ksuva, does not have the ksuva, he's not permitted to be with his wife together. What does he do? He goes to the Rav, takes two edus, and they write a ksuva dirkasa, which is a substitute, a ksuva to fill in for the first ksuva. Happens many times. You have the photographer. He takes the ksuva, he has to make pictures in the albums, he has to take the ksuva, and sometimes he forgets to give it back. I mean, these things happen. It's a nice show you. So the Leila, this inyan of using a kain, there's an interesting chiddush from the Rebbe, very interesting word, which is, people are still looking for the mocker, but it's a word from the Rebbe, Shast Keyanim, amongst other people, would go up to receive $1 from the Rebbe as tankisten, as tankers that went on Mivtzoyim. So the Rebbe would give each one a package of dollars to give out to distribute to the Eilah. There was once a can that went up, this happened 30 years ago, 1978. End of 77, with these English years. And the Yutas Kislev. And it was the first Fabrengen after Shmini Atzeres, after the Rebbe Sigdan. And the Rebbe said then that although you're a Kayan, and b'meila it's a shaila to use a Kayan for work, the Rebbe says, but it's at night. And b'meila lav zman avedahu. It's not a time of aveda in Beis HaMikdash. Very interesting. From this comes, it seems like from this, I mean, what we understand, derive from this, that this means that a person that's a Kayan, and it's at night, there's no union of Geder Kahuna then. You don't have to ask Mechila if you're using a Kayan then. Because the Aveda is not there, so you're not taking away from the Aveda in Beis HaMikdash.
But they have to rest up for next day.
But you can't get drunk.
So that's how what?
You can't get drunk.
You can't get drunk. That's also a question if they can drink that night.
What about the fact that it's a mitzvah?
It's a mitzvah de Kiddashta. A mitzvah of what?
Shliach mitzvah shel tzedakah.
Shliach mitzvah shel tzedakah. Okay, but the Rebbe is asking them to be shluchim mitzvah, that someone else should be tzedakah. So the Rebbe felt uncomfortable. And if we figure that it started in Lamed Ches, in 78, that wasn't the first time the Rebbe made that point. Years ago, they printed up Siches from the Rebbe from the first years. 1955, Tavshin Tezvov, the Rebbe is already making that point to someone. And the Rebbe says, it's at night, Lav Zman Avedu. And it's very interesting, first to find, what does this mean? Does it mean there is no, then you have the Chkiras, you're going to have Rogachev Chkira, Yosef Engel Chkira. Does it mean he's a Kayan, but he's not, or does it mean he's Bechlal? But it's Lav Zman Aveda. Zman Aveda means that you are not taking away from the Beis HaMikdash.
There was. The mortar burned into the night.
But they didn't do anything. They left it, they left it all night, and then in the morning they came to see. If it was burnt, they took it off. If it wasn't, they put it back. But it seemed like at night was a time of sleep. Everything stopped.
So why can't a Cohen get drink and get drunk?
At night?
So Mashiach can come in the
It can
morning.
be a hangover at night. You mean now it's even more yet. Now, because you can come at any time, Mashiach and B'meila David will start. Eilech Eretz at night. You see, but the Rebbe never discussed it, but it seems from here that a Kayan at night is a different situation.
Most people get married at night, right?
Huh?
Most people get married at night.
Yeah.
The
Not
wife that
officially.
you married a Bas Kohen, why do you have to be a Talmud Chacham? What's the order?
Person is marrying a Bas Kayan, he needs to be a Talmud Chacham. What are you asking?
You cannot become a Talmud Chacham overnight. More than that.
The Rebbe used to tell people to learn a Gemara about that. To know at least the topic, the Sechta Kala. All right. So now we go further. V'ashpo shal yedei midas hachesed nimsheches b'miras b'minei ha'makim. Shaz the ashpo is drawn down from chesed and it comes down without any obstacles. Omnam b'inyan hachesed gufa yeshem kama darges. In the inyan of chesed gufa there are many different levels. Hein be'kamus and hein be'eichus. In quantity and in quality there are many different levels. Hine b'chinas hachesed animshech al yedei yarnu b'chinas rav chesed shalamayla medida bagbol. The chesed that comes down to Aaron is Rav Chesed, which means without Hagbolas, this is the Chesed Shebekeser. The chesed, as it's in the attribute of chesed, which is higher than limitation. Din yesh beis b'chinas chesed, chesed eilam v'rav chesed. There is chesed eilam and rav chesed, much chesed. The b'chinas chesed eilam and chesed shem v'dira v'akbala v'seider ishtalshalos. Chesed eilam is a chesed which is with limitation. V'lochein chesed zeh tzarech sheyavres kol seider ishtalshalos. This chesed has to go through the whole ishtalshalos. Because it is chesed eilam, it relates to the world, therefore it has to go through the whole ishtalshalos. Hashem kibchinas rav chesed u'lamaylam ishtalshalos. Rav chesed, much chesed, is higher than chain of creation. V'lachein am shachasi v'lishu magboles v'efseikim v'nimshech lemate k'meishu lamayla. Therefore the amshacha is without any limitations, and therefore it is drawn down lamata as it is lamayla, because there's no hagbolas, no limitations. Therefore, it does not take in consideration any barriers or interferences, and therefore, as it is a maila, it is drawn down the mata. This chesed is referred to yema. Pchinas yema the ozlim kula yemen. Yemam, that it goes together with all the attributes. Chesed, a chesed that goes together with all the attributes. This means it is not limited, restricted to chesed more than gvura.
All the midas go on.
Right, but it says the cloud, there's the yonim of Heichasodim, which being the hashpa into all the spheres. Well, then maybe some Likutei Gamashakosav Vigeres Akeders, and this is what he brings in Likutei. What he brings in Vigeres Akeders in Tanya, Pasik Chaz de Avaye Kedesham Negemer. The Chazde Loshen Rabbim Koyal Beis B'chinas Chesed. Chazde is plural. It goes on two the different sorts of Chesed. Chesed Eilam v'Rav Chesed. Zeu Chazde Hashem Kelei Samnu. The Chesed of the Eibishter is Kelei Samnu Pirush. So as the Alter Rebbe explains in Tanya. The Fi Shelei Samnu She'ono Einon Netzmimim U'Shleimim Chulu Al Kein Tzrichim Onu Lisnai B'Chazde Hashem She'im B'Liglu V'Tachlis. Because we are not complete, therefore, we have to conduct ourselves with the chesed of Hashem, which is unlimited. In order to awaken on us pity and generosity, which is without limitations. From this, we understand also benegir to us that Shamshachas Pchinas v'Rav Chesed Igam Be'elam Hazeh HaTachten Shein Ten Lamata Mimeno. That Amshach of Chesed is also in this physical world, and there's nothing lower than it. V'zeu Inyan Ishalarn Kei Nisha Chesed Shu B'Pchinas Rav Chesed. The Inyan of Arn is Kei Nisha Chesed, which is Pchinas Rav Chesed, without limitation. The Meilam, the Lachein, Mamshech HaBracha L'mayla L'mata Beichen Shal Mehiras B'lishim Akbalas V'Avseikim. Therefore, he draws down the bracha from above to below in a very quick way, without any limitations and interferences and interruptions. Shatum Shech HaBracha Mamaka B'Sheiris L'mata B'Gash Misayla. That the bracha should come down from the source L'mayla. It should come down here in this physical world. In other words, into Gashmis.
Is it about Gan or about Aaron?
It's Aaron's brachas. Which with the Kehanim, as he mentions earlier, is a hemshech from Aaron.
So since there's no equivalent, then every
Rav Chesed, Aaron is Rav Chesed.
should be completely
He is Rav Chesed. Danach kommt das herab durch the, das kommt danach herab zu Kehan Isha Chesed. Yeah.
Since there's no equivalent, then every drop up and every time should be completely different. That's right, so you see that?
Yes. Up to us.